Good Wednesday morning, Oswego, and welcome to Top in the Morning here on WTOP 10. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Dan I. Our top stories this morning: a crash last night involving a motorcycle leaves 2 injured. And the bill for the state is in for the I-81 project in Syracuse, and an Oswego resident has tossed his name in the hat for the 25th Legislative District here in Oswego County. We'll have a more in-depth look at your top stories in just a moment, but first a quick check of your weather to get you out the door with Chief Meteorologist Molly Matat. Morning, Molly.
Good morning, Dan, and a very good morning to you, Oswego. I'm here with a quick check of what you can expect from the weather as you head out the door this morning. Now, as we look at our current conditions, you can see we're currently at 59, which is actually pretty warm. We've been starting off mornings in the mid to upper 40s lately, so we're definitely looking at a warmer day. However, the rain has already started this morning, and it's just going to continue on throughout the day. As you can see from our regional radar, this line of storms is associated with a low pressure system that's going to be moving into our area. It's really starting to press into Oswego, but it won't actually arrive until later, but definitely account for rain all day. I'll get into that a little bit later after the break. Now again, this low pressure system has a very strong cold front that's coming around, but what's interesting is that a warm front that's also associated with it has already passed through. So that's why we're seeing spotty showers this morning, definitely on and off rain. You don't want to get caught in a rain shower, so make sure you grab that rain gear before you head out the door. And you're going to want to grab that for at least the next couple of days as we check out our 3-day forecast. Wednesday looks like nothing but rain. Thursday we could see the sun for very brief glimpses, but definitely rain is going to control the day. And as we head into Friday, we actually cool off to 57. Now, will this rain continue through the weekend and even into next week? I'll have a full look at your forecast right after the break, but for now I'm going to send it back to Dan at the desk.
All right, thanks very much, Molly. 2 people were injured last night in a motorcycle crash involving a deer. According to Oswego County 911, the crash occurred around 7:40 p.m. on Valley Road in the town of Richland, just south of Dry Bridge Road. The motorcycle that 2 people were riding hit the deer in the crash, and both people were taken to Upstate University Hospital in Syracuse with unknown injuries, and members of the New York State Police are still investigating the crash. More details are not yet known. The first part of the bill for the I-81 project in Syracuse is in and tallies up to a total of nearly $800,000. The project will cost $32 million through federal funding, but the first part is paid for by the state. The contract includes project meetings, an environmental impact statement, and visits to the work site. This also covers the creation of a new website explaining what the project entails, which is yet to be launched. The state has already funded more than $37,000 in hourly wages for this website, and as of Tuesday, it's not yet up. Resident Frank Castiglia Jr. announced that he is seeking election to the redrawn 25th Legislative District in the Oswego County Legislature. Castiglia is not a politician whose allegiance is to the politically connected few, and says if he was elected that he will put people before politics. Although registered as a Democrat, Castiglia has the support of the Conservative Party in Oswego, and he intends to utilize his education and work experience to help bring financial stability and jobs back to Fulton. And statistics show that 1 in every 8 women will develop invasive breast cancer over the course of her lifetime. In honor of October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the Oswego County Cancer Services Program has begun a month-long campaign aimed at increasing the awareness of breast cancer, and the Oswego County Fire Department has decided to help out by creating a Kickstarter. The program provides free cancer screenings, including clinical breast exams and mammograms, to community members who are both uninsured and between the ages of 40 and 64 years old. For more information, you can call them at 315-592-0830. And the Onondaga Indian Nation has lost another legal battle for land after the U.S. Supreme Court rejected their petition to review a lawsuit that was thrown out in 2012. The nation had argued that nearly 4,000 square miles in 11 counties in central New York was illegally taken by the state due to treaties that they claim are not official. The lawsuit also named the city of Syracuse and a number of local companies in the central New York area as defendants. The Second Circuit Court of Appeals dismissed the land claim in 2012, leading to the decision yesterday by the Supreme Court that ends the appeal process in the United States court system. The tribe's attorney, Joe Heath, said that the nation may turn to the UN or other international courts to challenge this decision. And we're going to take a quick break, but first take a look at what happened on this day. Stay with us. You're watching WTOP 10's Top in the Morning.
I'm lucky. I get to do something I love.
How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork?
I help keep kids in school.
Good.
And that's the name of the game.
My name is LaDainian Thomason. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United.
We are the Tigers
WTOP. Yeah.
Attention students and faculty. Avery Rental Properties is now renting for the next school year. Avery accommodates all group sizes, small or large. Avery Rental Properties. Make our house your home. 24-hour maintenance, garbage removal, snow removal, and off-street parking. Avery Rental Properties. 315-343-5005.
The 2013 Louis B. O'Donnell Media Summit. Moderated by ESPN sports broadcaster and class of '87 Steve Levy. Coming to Waterman Theater November 6th. Stay connected by visiting mediasummit.org for updates.
My husband! Where's my husband?
Stop.
What's she doing? 2,
She was
3.
a passenger. So I was T-boned on the passenger side.
We just had some wine. I wasn't even drunk, I was just buzzed.
What? You were just buzzed. Well, sir, you didn't tell us that. In that case, she's just fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Really?
No, not really.
Buzz driving. Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Well, welcome back here to WTOP 10's Top in the Morning. I'm Dan I, joined by Chief Meteorologist Molly Matat. And Molly came into the studio about 7 o'clock this morning. I was making my way up Bridge Street, and as the sun was starting to come up, I suppose you could say the sun, but the sky was starting to break, but it was still really gray this morning.
Yeah, we're looking at a pretty cloudy day. Definitely a lot of cloud cover today, as well as a lot of rain that comes with those clouds. And actually, as we take a look at your current conditions, we are already seeing the rain start to fall today. We're currently looking at 59, which is pretty nice. Definitely a warmer start than we've been seeing. We've been having mornings starting in the lower 40s, even in the upper 30s. So definitely starting at 59 is actually pretty good for Oswego right now. But as I said, that rain is just starting to come down, and it's going to stick with us as we head throughout the day. But before I get to that, let's take a quick look at the temperatures around the state. We got a cold spot in Glens Falls at 49, but we go right to our warm spot in Watertown at 64, and we're right around there. So again, we're looking at a pretty warm start this morning. The rest of the state's looking at pretty much low 60s to upper 50s. As we warm down the coast, we head to 49 in Poughkeepsie and 57 down in New York City. Now, your top weather headlines for today. We have rain to end the week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Rain looks to be like the controlling factor, and we're even going to have a wet weekend that's going to stick around into Saturday and early into Sunday. And we will even have a breezy start to next week. Definitely some increasing winds as we head into next week. Now, your national radar shows this very large low pressure system that actually just dumped a whole lot of snow on states in the Midwest. But as it comes into our area, no snow in sight, and you can see this cold front that's going to be moving in spans all the way down the country, so definitely some widespread effects from this cold front. Now, as we zoom into our regional radar, you can see it start to creep in. It's right on our doorstep right now. This cold front won't actually move in until around, the mid-evening, maybe your commute home. However, while we're looking at this cold front, the warm front associated with the low pressure system has already moved through our area, and that's why we saw some spotty showers even in the early evening hours and into this morning, because warm fronts are typically more associated with on and off long-term showers than short-term showers like a cold front. So you definitely want to watch for that as you head throughout today. Again, increasing showers, definitely don't want to get caught in a shower. Bring your rain gear with you. Even though we might have a few dry spots, you don't want to get caught in that shower as you head your way to class. We're looking at a high of 63, which is pretty warm, and winds out of the south at 10 to 15 miles an hour. So before you bring the umbrella, you might want to check to see how those winds are doing, because it might break it today. Now, planning out your day for you with Futurecast at 11 a.m., you can see that this band is just starting to move in. However, Oswego's still in the rainy zone, and even as we move to 2 p.m., we see a little bit of a break on the south side of Lake Ontario, but again, still rain on the forecast for Oswego. Now, as we look at 5 p.m. Futurecast, it looks like it's starting to break up a little bit, but as you can see by 8 p.m., this cold front is definitely very organized, and it's going to move right into our area. So we're looking at not even increasing showers heavy-wise, but definitely more of a widespread effect, and even a possible thunderstorm, so keep an eye out for that. We're only going to bottom out at around 56, though, which is really nice. It's definitely warmer than we've been seeing the past couple of nights. Now, as we head into tomorrow, showers still sticking around, but we could see a few glimpses of that lovely sun, so keep an eye out for that. A high of 61s with winds out of the west at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Now, as we look at your 5-day forecast, unfortunately, rain seems to be really the controlling factor as we look at the next couple of days. We even cooled down on Friday and Saturday at 57 because of that cold front that's coming on through. But as you can see on Sunday, we start to dry up, but definitely a breezy start. Winds are really going to start to pick up as we head into next week, and the showers will unfortunately return again. Dan?
All right, thanks again, Molly. A California man is being held on a $1 million bail for setting off a dry ice explosion at Los Angeles International Airport. Police arrested 28-year-old DeCarlo Bennett in the city of Paramount. He's charged with placing a destructive device near an aircraft Sunday. A second explosion at LAX on Monday is still under investigation, and no injuries were reported at either incident. A New York woman will spend 8 months in prison after she falsely claimed to be grieving the loss of a family member in the Sandy Hook shootings back in December of 2012. Noelle Alba set up a fake charity account to help fund the funeral of victim Noah Posner while claiming to be his aunt. According to the U.S. District Attorney's Office, Alba will also serve 2 years of supervised release, but will not pay a fine. Alba pled guilty to wire fraud and lying to FBI agents in June after denying her involvement in a scam back in December of 2012. The fake account raised $240. Well, hours to go until the nation hits its debt ceiling, and Washington is right there where it was 24 hours ago. After the House tried but failed to work out an agreement, it's once again up to Senate leaders to craft a deal that can make it to the president's desk. Jim Acosta had more.
Time is running out. The debt ceiling is within sight, and the last best hope of avoiding a potential default once again rests with Senate leaders Harry Reid and Mitch McConnell. We're back to working on a last-minute deal.
John Boehner will likely be in a position where he will have to essentially pass the bill that is negotiated between Senators McConnell and Reid, and I believe that the House would first pass it, then send it to the Senate.
President Obama called for quick action.
We don't have a lot of time, and so what I'm suggesting to the congressional leaders is let's not do any posturing. Let's not try to save face.
The president appeared to put the blame on House Speaker John Boehner's inability to corral Tea Party-backed Republicans.
There have been repeated situations where we have agreements, then he goes back, and it turns out that he can't control his caucus.
That caucus is once again up in arms, despite Boehner's tough talk.
I have made clear for months and months that the idea of default is wrong, and we shouldn't get anywhere close to it.
The Speaker failed to convince House conservatives to line up behind Republican proposals to lift the debt ceiling and end the shutdown. It didn't matter anyway. As Reid said, the GOP's plans were dead on arrival in the Senate.
Extremist Republicans in the House of Representatives are attempting to torpedo the Senate's bipartisan progress with a bill that can't pass the Senate.
That portrait of Washington dysfunction was all the respected Fitch ratings agency needed to see. Fitch issued a warning it may downgrade the nation's AAA credit rating, a potential repeat of what Standard & Poor's did after the last debt ceiling debate of 2011. Although Fitch continues to believe that the debt ceiling will be raised soon, the agency said, the political brinkmanship could increase the risk of a U.S. default. Some House conservatives were brushing off talk of dire consequences to come.
I just think most folks understand October 17th is not the drop-dead date. There are no payments due for a couple weeks.
Jim Acosta, CNN, Washington.
All right, and now we'll take a look at what's going on in Oz with Brittany Hoffman.
Thanks, Dan. This is Domestic Violence Awareness Month in addition to Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The Oswego County Legislature and City Council decided Tuesday that they would both present proclamations recognizing Domestic Violence Awareness Month. The Port City decided to recognize and honor those that help prevent such abuse. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, 1 in 4 women in this county have been a victim of severe physical violence by their intimate partner in his or her life. Women were invited to rally, march, and fight against domestic violence on Monday the 14th for SUNY Oswego's Women's Center annual Take Back the Night. There was a handful of confused students who showed up for this event, only to find out that the date was moved to October 29th. The SUNY Oswego's event page does not have the correct date, so be sure to mark your calendars for October 29th at 7 p.m. at the Hewitt Union Ballroom. The rally will consist of a candlelight vigil, a march, and a poem or experience shared by the women of Oswego. The first 500 participants will receive a free t-shirt and refreshments we provided after the march. This Thursday, the art students of Oswego will be previewing their production of Fahrenheit 451 as Ray Bradbury's stage adaptation of his 1953 novel. Fahrenheit 451 presents a dystopian society that is addicted to technology, kind of like today, where books are burned. One of the world of one man is turned around when he's drawn for the forbidden books he's been required to destroy. The full production will be on Friday and Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. at Waterman Theater in Tyler Hall. The admission for students is $7 and general admission is $12. And Dan, by burning books, I didn't mean that actually happens today. I just meant the technology.
The technology portion of
I'm
it,
laughing
yeah.
at my own jokes.
Yeah,
we
well, that's
wouldn't
what
burn
you said.
books.
I was slightly confused
I
from
know.
that, but
Me
I
too.
think
I was
we
like, oh,
understand that a technology-addicted society,
No, we wouldn't.
not necessarily a book-burning society.
I mean, although you can kind of, read books on your technology today, which is
That's
kind
true.
of different.
Things like Kindles and such. But just a question about the Take Back the Night. We had actually a couple of reporters that were going to check this out, and they got there, and there was no one there. We called University
know.
Police, and they had also said that that's what they had on their schedule. But you said that that's now switched?
Yeah, the only reason that we were able to find out that it wasn't Monday was because I'd actually ran into a couple people that work for them on Monday, and they were holding a table, and they're like, oh, actually, yeah, it's so-and-so, the date. And I couldn't remember the date. The only place I could find it was on their Facebook page. So the SUNY Oswego events page has it wrong, according to University Police has it wrong as well. So October 29th at 7:30 p.m.
And the first 500 people there get T-shirts, and it's the march, the rally.
March, the rally, the vigil.
Okay.
And there's people, speaking about their experiences. People invited to do short poems. There's some speeches, maybe a singer or two. You never know.
Fantastic. And then refreshments afterwards, which is
Yep.
always a nice touch.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Thank you very much,
Thank
Brittany.
you, Dan.
All right. Well, we're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we'll have Adam Rupsick with your latest entertainment news and another look at your forecast with meteorologist Molly Matat. Stay with us. You're watching WTOP 10's Top in the Morning.
I wasn't sure if I was going.
Forest is precious. One careless act caused by people and its beauty could be gone for a lifetime. Protect our friends in the forest.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The 2013 Louis B. O'Donnell Media Summit. Moderated by ESPN sports broadcaster and class of '87 Steve Levy. Coming to Waterman Theater November 6th. Stay connected by visiting mediasummit.org for updates.
Every night before the show, me and the guys, we like to loosen up a little bit.
Blue, 42, hike!
Every now and then, Dan likes to take it a little too far. But hey, the show's all about competition, so we'll take it.
Stupid Dan with stupid football and stupid running.
Hi, I'm CNN's Rob Marciano, and you're watching WTOP 10, your television station.
Attention students and faculty. Avery Rental Properties is now renting for the next school year. Avery accommodates all group sizes, small or large. Avery Rental Properties. Make our house your home. 24-hour maintenance, garbage removal, snow removal, and off-street parking. Avery Rental Properties. 315-343-5005.
I'm lucky. I get to do something I love.
How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork?
I help keep kids in school.
Good.
And that's the name of the game.
My name is LaDainian Tomlinson. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United.
I'm Dan I once again with Chief Meteorologist Molly Matat. And Molly, going to be a drizzly kind of day, going to be one of those where you need those rain jackets, need those rain boots.
Yes, absolutely. Definitely going to be a day for the rain gear. And it's not going to be necessarily a washout. It's not going to be rain all day necessarily. It's definitely going to be on and off, but the last thing you want to do is get caught in a shower on your way to class or on your way to work. That definitely can put a downer on your day. So definitely grab the rain gear. And as you can see from our current conditions, rain has already started to fall. We're seeing some drizzles already. But what's nice is that we're actually sitting at 59 degrees right now, almost 60, and we've been starting off mornings in the mid to upper 40s, maybe lower 50s. So we're definitely significantly warmer than we have been. However, as I said, that rain is already starting to fall, and it's going to stick around for a little while. But before we get to that, let's take a quick look at your temperatures around the state. We got a cold spot over in Glens Falls at 49, but then we hop right to our hot spot in Watertown at 64, and we're right around there. So again, a very warm start this morning. But for the rest of the state, you know, upper 50s, lower 60s, really ruling. And as we head down the coast, we see New York City sitting pretty at 57 degrees this morning. Now, your regional radar shows this line of showers that's going to be pressing into our area relatively soon, and that's associated with a cold front that's associated with this low pressure system. Now, this is going to move through later on throughout the day. However, you definitely want to account for showers all day today, on and off throughout the morning, throughout the afternoon. This is going to push through a little bit later into the evening, but definitely want to account for rain all day. And as you can see, it's going to bring with it cooler air from Canada, and we're going to see our temperatures drop back into the 50s as we end out our week today. Now for today, we're going to see, again, increasing showers. They might start off spotty in the morning, but as we head throughout the day, they're going to increase, and we'll plan out your day for you with the day planner. Again, as we start off at 8 a.m., 57 with some spotty sprinkles, but as we head to noon, we're going to warm up to 60, definitely more organized showers, heavier rain and affecting a wider area. And as we head to 5, we hit that high of 63, but that front is right on our doorstep, and it really starts to affect our weather. So for tonight, definitely plan for showers and even a possible thunderstorm. You know, cold fronts, as they move through, are usually associated with pretty drastic changes in weather, so you might want to keep your eye out for a slight thunderstorm. But we're only going to bottom out at around 56. So again, warm nights for the days to come. And for tomorrow, the showers do stick around, but we're going to have a high of 61, so definitely a great day with a couple glimpses of sun, so keep an eye out for that. Now, as we head into late week, you want to keep an eye on this dip in the jet stream. That's going to allow some really cold air from Canada to head right into this area, and that could potentially move into our area. Now, the verdict is still out for snow in October for Oswego, but like I said, anything could happen, guys. Now, as we look at your 5-day, no snow in sight, don't worry, but definitely some rain controlling our conditions as we head into the weekend. Saturday looks like our coolest day at 57 with some very widespread rain showers. Sunday actually warms up and clears up, but we're definitely looking at some increased wind, so keep an eye out for that. And as we head into next week, the showers will start to appear yet again. Back to you, Dan.
All right, well, ever been interested in starting your own business? Starting November 7th, SUNY Oswego will be hosting small business training provided by the Fulton Community Development Agency. City of Oswego Community Development Office, the SUNY Oswego Office of Business and Community Relations and Operation, and Oswego County to provide guidance and support to the people interested in starting or expanding a small business. To register, visit oswegocounty.org. And now we'll have a look at your entertainment news. It's not Kanye this week, but another man in the hip-hop scene. Let's take it over to Adam Rupsick.
That it is. Thanks, Dan, and good morning to you all. We're going to start off with a little Sunday Night Football as NBC's Sunday Night Football topped the television charts, topping baseball's championship series for the first time in 16 years. Averaging a 7.3 rating, while the baseball championship series rating was 2.4. Among adults from 18 to 49 and a 19.6 million viewers, Sunday Night Football topped all telecasts in the first national return. The scores, which will further improvement in the final ratings, arrive are a massive 28% improvement from last week's initial numbers. Today's hip-hop news, like Dan said, does not have Kanye West in it, but Kendrick Lamar reigned supreme at the 2013 BET Hip Hop Awards, winning 5 categories and narrowly beating out Drake and Jay-Z for the top prizes. The Don't Kill My Vibe hitmaker, who went into the prize giving with 14 nods, walked out with 5 awards, including Lyricist of the Year, MVP of the Year, and the Sweet 16, which honors the best featured 16-bar verse on a single track. Lamar also took home the Album of the Year for Good Kid, Mad City, as well as Best Collaboration for his contribution to A$AP Rocky's hit song, Problems. During the first week of the new television season, 11.6 million people tuned in to watch 2.5 Men on CBS. Those numbers were way down from the show's peak of 28 million viewers when star Ashton Kutcher stepped in and ousted Charlie Sheen. But still, Kutcher on the top of Forbes' list for being the highest paid television actor. It is estimated that between June 2012 and June 2013, Ashton pulled in $24 million, which was well at the top of his co-star Jon Cryer, who took home $21 million. Nominees for the induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's 2014 class have been revealed. One group stands head and shoulders above all. Nirvana, the influential rock trio whose first album was release came a quarter century ago, is eligible for consideration for the first time in 2014. The band joins the ranks of other first-time nominees such as Peter Gabriel and Hall of Oates. Also on the ballot are favorites from last year such as Kiss, Deep Purple, and The Meters, along with hip-hop lumineers NWA and LL Cool J.
Well, Adam, I was going to try to come up with some sort of joke about Kendrick Lamar getting the Sweet 16 award and then going over. I lost it somewhere in there. But, you know, interesting to see. We've talked about Kanye a lot now. Kendrick Lamar really took over in big, beating Drake and Jay-Z. Yeah. An impressive night for him.
Yeah, definitely so. I think he's an up-and-coming guy climbing that ladder. I think he focuses on his lyrics, and people really like that. And maybe he doesn't have the best beats and not the song you bump to in your car, but he has the lyrics that people like, so I think that's why he's climbing up.
Certainly earning that respect. All right, well, we're going to take another quick break. Thank you very much, Adam. We're going to take one last break, but when we come back, we'll have a final look at your forecast with meteorologist Molly Matat. First, take a look at what celebs are celebrating a birthday today. Stay with us. You're watching WTOP 10, Top in the Morning.
Thanks. You believe this guy?
Are you trying to start a wildfire?
Sorry. Pastor Honey?
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hi, I'm Al Roker, class of '76, Oswego State University. You're watching WTOP, Channel 10. We didn't have this when I was in school. We just had radio and smoke signals.
We are Cub Scouts from Oswego Pack 888, and you are watching WTOP.
The 2013 Louis B. O'Donnell Media Summit. Moderated by ESPN sports broadcaster and class of '87 Steve Levy. Coming to Waterman Theater November 6th. Stay connected by visiting MediaSummit.org for updates.
Attention students and faculty. Avery Rental Properties is now renting for the next school year. Avery accommodates all group sizes, small or large. Avery Rental Properties. Make our house your home. 24-hour maintenance, garbage removal, snow removal, and off-street parking. Avery Rental Properties. 315-343-5005.
Hi, I'm CNN's Rob Marciano, and you're watching WTOP 10, your television station.
WTOP 10's Top in the Morning. Well, famous author J.K. Rowling is diving back into the wizarding world, but her new films will have no connection to the Harry Potter series other than the world they live in. Rowling's screenwriting debut will come in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and focus on the life of Newt Scamander, who wrote the book and used the same title used by characters in the Harry Potter series. While the series remains in the same magical land, Rowling has reaffirmed that this will not be a sequel or prequel to the Potter films' 8 and 7 books, but its own entity within the wizarding community. Well, an Oklahoma man is showing off his gory Halloween display. Johnny Mullen says he had to decorate on a budget, but he managed to come up with this ghoulish graveyard in his front yard. The 34-year-old construction worker lives in Mustang, Oklahoma, near Oklahoma City.
Halloween decorations. Just wanted to let everybody know that I've been getting a lot of feedback about this, and that some is good and some is bad. But this year I decided to decorate. My Halloween decorations have caused quite the stir up here in Mustang, Oklahoma. And just wanted to share with everybody and hope you see the humor in it that I do.
All right, now we'll take a look at your final forecast with Chief Meteorologist Molly Matat.
Thanks, Dan. Now, as we look at our ClassCast really quick, you can see that we're going to warm up throughout the day today. We're starting at 57. We're going to warm all the way up to 63, but man, that rain is really going to stick with us. Now, as always, you can follow us on Twitter at WTOP10. We love to tweet about news and everything else that has to do with WTOP. Follow us on Facebook, and if you have any cool weather pictures, go ahead and email them to meteorology@WTOP10.com. Fall foliage, sunsets, anything. I'll take them.
All right, thanks very much, Molly.
You're welcome.
Disrespected Molly a little bit. Chief meteorologist, not just meteorologist.
I'm just a weather people.
Well-
I'm just a weather lady.
That will do it for us here for the entire 10 News team. I'm Dan I.
And I'm Molly Matat. Thanks for watching Top in the Morning, and have a great morning, Oswego.